Well, I had the most interesting experience just now. And when I first started, it was kind of all over the place. It started kind of in my legs. And I found when I kept my hips up, it would go into kind of my stomach area. And then eventually my head was flying back and forth. And it was kind of disjointed, and there was no consistency with it. And probably after about 10 minutes or so, then eventually I found myself in a pattern where I was just going side to side. My legs were going side to side. And I probably did that for another 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, it was kind of a pattern with my whole body where my midsection as well as my shoulders and then my head going all over the place. And it was interesting. I could feel like even my stomach moving, and even the liquids inside it kind of whoop 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 going around. And that was something that I was looking for, because I had some stomach challenges in the past, and I had done all kinds of things. I was even on a raw diet, and it improved it, but even just doing it, from the difference between yesterday and today, I found a big difference. Well, I did it last night, and when I woke up in the morning, it felt like I had done like an abdominal exercise like the night before. Like it was like sore and tight, but then after a couple hours, it actually felt larger, looser, which is something that I don't normally experience, and I hadn't really put the two and two together. And usually my shoulders tend to be more rounded, and I had lower back pain, and it's kind of like, why do I have this issue being so young? I'm only 23. And so this morning when I woke up, though, after a few hours, I could feel my shoulders were back further, and I could put weight on my back, and it didn't aggravate it at all. And actually, because I found that if I had forced myself to walk upright like this, it would aggravate my lower back.
Uh-huh.
But now that's not the case. I can walk naturally with my shoulders back. It doesn't hurt at all, yeah. I got the feeling that it's basically realigning my fascia. I think that was part of the issue with my stomach, because my fascia became really tight. I had been under a lot of stress. I'd just gone through a really big move, and the last couple of weeks, when you were talking about the fascia and all that, I could totally relate to that feeling and that tension. And so I just think it's going to continue to release. I have had a little bit of consistent knee pain in the past for a couple years, and lower back pain, and I anticipate that would continue to dissipate. Even it's been less than 24 hours, and I've already seen an improvement. So I could only imagine what it would be like a week from now or more. So yeah, absolutely. And I think the biggest thing that sticks out for me to someone that's younger is like, when I first was coming here, I was like, I don't have any trauma. I've never been in a car accident. I've never had any real physical challenges or emotional challenges either. But I think being our culture, we're inundated with stress on a regular basis, and I don't think it's something that we consciously are aware of. I wouldn't have thought of myself as someone that living in a stressful environment necessarily, but I think that a lot of younger people will find that they will find a benefit very quickly, because they probably don't even realize the tension that they are carrying, because it's probably been there for a long time where they're not conscious of it. So I think it's got big implications for the younger generation as well as older people who have more pain. So even if you don't have pain, you still have things that can be released and shifted to help you excel more in whatever area it is, whether it's athletics or business.